fellow humans, and welcome to American Adventure. My name is Jackie if you're new here, and Mila asked me if I could do a video about the medical examination for the K1 visa. Overall, just for your information, this is my personal subjective experience. I'm from Germany and I did my medical examination in Germany, and I'm sure that how the whole experience is depends a little bit on your country and maybe also on your doctor. The most important part about the medical examination is it can't be any doctor. It has to be a panel physicist. Sure. I don't know why, but this word is really hard for me. But this special doctor is approved and trained by the US government. He or she can take these tests. So it can't be any doctor, you have to research on your own because I don't know every doctor from every country. I was lucky, the nearest doctor was just an hour away. I needed to drive there an hour and then I was there. But some people are not that lucky, and the next panel physician the next doctor who can do these medical examinations are like hours and hours away, and sometimes people have to drive really far just to get the medical examination. To all the Germans, you will find a link in the video description with all the doctors for Germany. What I ask myself is, what do they need? What do they want from me? So this can really vary from doctor to doctor and country to country. You need to bring your valid passport. They asked me to bring 4 photographs of passport pictures. In general, if you're in the K1 visa process, make sure to make plenty of passport pictures because you will need them. Then of course they told me that there will come a fee, but as I said, the fee varies depending on where you live, so which country, and also what doctor it is probably. So you either have to bring cash or your debit card and pay. Then of course, if you have any medical history, you should bring that. Probably talk to your doctor so you really have all the stuff that they may need. Also, if you are pregnant, you will need a statement of pregnancy. In Germany that would be the Mutterpass. And then also some places want to see your DS-160 or your DS-260, so you should get the confirmation page of that too. I think what they wanted in the surgery in Germany where I went to was also my case number or our case number. But yeah, I think that's it. Coming to the next question, how much does the medical examination cost? And that also can vary, but you have to pay something for sure. And so in Germany, just to make this quick, I went to a doctor who couldn't do the x-ray for tuberculosis. I will talk about that more detailed later. But so they don't do the x-ray in their surgery, so I needed to go to a different place. So I got 3 invoices in total. And the first invoice of the main medical examination was 299.64 cents, and then the x-ray invoice was 33.46 euros, and I paid both of those on that day in the surgeries. But then around a month later I got an invoice from the lab as well, because they will send, for example, your blood and your urine to a lab and they will check it there. I don't have the invoice here. It is in Germany, but I think it was around 160 euros, but I can't really remember, I'm not sure, so yeah. And also, as I said, these prices can really vary. I read from people that paid a lot more, I read about people that paid a lot less, so I would suggest saving up between 300 and 600 euros just to be sure you have that money for the medical examination. What happens on that day when you are at the medical examination? Don't stress over it, it's really not that bad. They took my urine and they tested on, I think, sugar, blood and protein. Then they also took a blood sample. So what they do with this blood sample, they tested on sexually transmitted diseases such as syphilis or tripper. Then of course they test the usual things such as blood pressure or eyesight. And so how it was with me, or my experience, was that the blood test, the urine, the urine you do on your own, you just give it to the nurse, right? So the nurse does all of that. After the first tests are done, you will sit down and you wait for the doctor, and then you will have a talk with the doctor who is approved from the US government to test you, right? And so first of all, he overviewed and checked if I had all of the required vaccinations, which is if you are from Germany, probably not a problem at all. You should naturally have all the vaccinations anyways. I think the only additional things that I think are not required for the K1 visa, but please check yourself because requirements can always change. But I think those two were optional, but I did them because I think it's just smart to do them. And it was a flu shot, so a seasonal flu shot for the winter, and the meningococcal disease. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but the embassy will give you information about what vaccinations you will need. Otherwise, you can always call the panel you can always call these doctors and ask them what you need in advance. So if you schedule a date and you're not sure what vaccinations you need, ask them because they will know for sure. Then he also asked me questions about my health, and he did that with an official form. It was a questionnaire about a few pages, so I don't remember the questions, but they are usual questions like if you had any operations in your life, any allergies, etc, etc. So they will ask you many different questions about your health and mental health. Make sure to answer those questions honestly and don't be afraid. And after that, he also did some physical tests. For example, he tested my reflexes, just usual checks that you get at the doctor to see if you are a healthy human. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And then of course the tuberculosis test is required, but this doctor doesn't have an x-ray or something like that. But so they work together with a different surgery who is specialized on x-rays, and so I had to change locations. Then I went to the x-ray place and I did the tuberculosis x-ray. And they took x-ray pictures of my torso, and then of course the medical examination doctor, the official one, tells you that they will send some of your stuff to a lab and they will wait for the results, and if anything weird or not normal is in the results, they will call. So for example, if I would have had a sexual transmittable disease, they would have called me in advance, so you don't get caught on surprise. When you go to your interview, they don't tell you how the results went unless something really bad is going on with you, but usually they don't tell you anything. They will just look over it and send it to the embassy, and the embassy will look over it, and if everything is fine, you will never know what really is in there, to be honest. But yeah, that's already it. That's the medical examination. It costs a lot of money. It is nerve-wracking and definitely an experience. You will probably have to take a day off from work if you're working. Yeah, overall I think I was there early in the morning and I was done by I think 2 or 3 o'clock. So in the afternoon, of course. So half a day it cost me, but I'm sure there are other places that maybe will take you a whole day. But yeah, in the end it's not too complicated. If you have any diseases that could interfere with your visa, those people will help you, will advise you, will tell you what to do. So overall, don't be afraid, and if you are healthy, you shouldn't be nervous at all, even though you will be for sure. I hope this video could help you with your nervousness and help you to understand what it will be like and what you will need, how much it costs, etc. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write it down below in the comments and I will try to answer. But as always, remember, I am not a professional. We did the whole process on our own. No one helped us. We didn't have an attorney or anyone else, but it worked. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to put on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. this video and then another video will be the last K1 videos for now on this channel. Maybe I will do more in the future. But yeah, I want to focus on more fun stuff like differences between America and Germany, baking, cooking, vlogs and all of that. But you can always like still contact me and ask me questions. I'm very happy to help and talk to you about it. Okay, bye.